What's up, guys? Ted Jones here of the Ted Jones World podcast. I just want to preface this episode a little bit. Luca and I did this episode in Washington Square Park on a beautiful day. We had an amazing time. The footage looks terrific. There are some kinks with the audio, some where he's speaking a little bit louder, I'm speaking a little bit quieter, but we really did our best to fix it. And the episode's a little bit short, this one, but you know what? I encourage you guys to get out in the park, talk with a loved one, talk with a friend. Luca has been a great buddy of mine since we met like 7 or 8 months ago. And yeah, like I said, I recommend you guys get out to the park, enjoy the outside with somebody you care to talk to. All right, but without further ado, enjoy the episode and come to Margarita Monday every Monday at the Comedy Shop, 167 Bleecker Street. Enjoy the episode, guys. Here we are on beautiful Jones Street.
You saw Ted Jones.
Sponsored by Stock L Dreamery, the most delicious vegan cheese on the market. We got original smoked paprika and chili, garlic and herbs, and I'll tell you what, guys, this is the best vegan cheese you'll have. Don't forget the cheddar melt. Enjoy the episode.
What an honor it is to be the 447th guest.
Yeah, dude. So August will be the 5-year anniversary, which is exciting.
5 years you've been doing this?
5 years, bro.
What an honor. Good to be here, guys.
Dude, so I started it when I had this jaw surgery here. I don't know if I've ever told you.
Yeah, I've seen the scar.
Yeah,
What's the deal?
I had pretty invasive jaw surgery.
Invasive?
Yeah, bro. They broke my face in 3 places. And then, like, reconnected my jaw.
Who broke your
it was
face?
insane. Dr. Hannah. My orthodontist, he was like, bro, your face is crooked. And I was like, what do you mean?
Dr. Hannah, hot doctor,
Yeah.
broke my buddy's face.
Doctor.
Doctor.
Guys, verified on IG, so you know it's legit.
I'll tell you what, man. I do you think we're just people are looking at us as they walk by the park and go, what are these two handsome young fellas doing?
I hope so.
When girls walk by, we're like, hey, come into the show, and they're interested. So we barked in these 2 girls from Belgium, and they didn't speak English, but they were like, okay, we will see the comedy show.
I think one girl spoke more English than the other.
The blonde one spoke more English. Yeah, I agree.
She was like explaining to her friend the jokes and stuff. And then also before they came in, that one girl who ended up DMing you, that's why I'm talking about this, was
Yeah,
like,
so
just please make sure to speak slow.
Yeah,
So
she
I
came in,
was
she's like, will
speaking
you
slow.
talk very slow? But after the show, I must have talked slow enough because she messaged me on Instagram.
No, but you
In the
didn't,
DMs,
you didn't
as
even,
Ted Jones would say.
You didn't even meet them after the show, though. You left.
No,
and
she was
then
like-
they found your IG or something.
Yeah, she messaged me. She was like, why did you go so fast?
Oh my God.
How come you did not stay?
Classic. Classic.
Do you
How
like
old
an
do you think
accent
she
on a
is?
woman?
Yeah. Oh my God, bro. So I just came from a coffee date.
Holy crap.
Tribeca.
Beautiful,
Yes,
probably.
we
Did
had
you meet
a-
on Raya?
Yeah, we did.
I like that. You know, I was originally apprehensive to the coffee date since I stopped drinking, you know, because I'm like, I feel like I'm making her, like, we're both super alert. But I like it. It's like a little, like, feel her out. And
But
then if
also
you want to be
there's-
more romantic, you can
you have
follow
a second
up.
date. And there's also no...
Watch out. Oop.
Sorry.
worries.
It's okay. No, don't worry about it. It's a podcast. We'll edit around it. Or it's good. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Ciao, Bella.
Yeah, I'm not an activity guy. I'm not like, oh, let's go rock climbing or some bullshit. The vegan thing makes me associate you with rock climber. If I met you first off, I was like, oh, Ted Jones, he probably like doesn't eat meat and then like rock climbs. But Raya, I'm
Yeah, you have to-
curious to that.
have
Do
to
they
ask
sponsor you? They should sponsor you.
They should, right? We should at least do a comedy show together.
Right,
Wouldn't
so
that be fun?
it's a dating app
Yeah.
where
It's just
you
a
need to be
normal dating
recommended.
app.
I feel like
Sure.
it's like celebrities though. Have you seen famous people on there?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you name them?
No, I can't. I don't want
What
to get
the
kicked
flip?
off. And if you take a screenshot of any dating profiles, you get kicked off.
Who is that guy we saw yesterday? Mac Miller?
No, that was Cole Bennett and Zach Bia, who's a DJ.
Shout
Cole
out.
Bennett, bro.
They're
Dude,
probably on Raya.
He was also, yeah. Cole Bennett was glowing yesterday, huh? He's a Chicago guy. Lyrical
Is he from
Lemonade.
Chicago?
Yeah. And he's just moving to New York. That's why I was like, oh yeah, this guy Luca Ferro is from Chicago.
Oh shit, yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah. But
We saw some rappers,
yeah,
white
yeah.
rappers. You can't
Well,
tell.
no, he's a producer.
Oh.
Huge producer. Lyrical Lemonade. Like he makes
Oh,
everyone's
he made
videos.
Lyrical Lemonade. I think I went to
Yeah.
college with that guy. I went to the Paul.
They may have.
I think that's where he
went to
started.
he went to some school like that. But anyway, huge producer. We saw him outside the comedy shop when we were chilling there. And then they said they were coming to Margarita Monday.
It's a great show.
great
So
time.
Ted runs Margarita Mondays, and I run New Faces Tuesday.
Yes. And
Man,
when
I
did
feel
you
like-
move here?
I moved
In the depths of
here.
winter?
No, right before the winter, right before the fall. I moved here like what's it called? Probably officially like August.
Yeah.
But I love it, man. I mean, it really is. I feel this is like I was saying this to a friend a few days ago. Like, this is the most settled I've felt here. I'm just kind of like every day I'm kind of having fun. The weather's nice. The winter's tough. Winter's tough anywhere.
Yeah.
I like this podcast because we're just a couple of fellas talking.
We saw another guy, another fellow comedian over there just sunbathing. Hopefully he's enjoying himself. But bro, if I'm outside walking for an hour, every time, no matter what, I'll see at least one person that I know.
Well, Ted Jones, you're quite a socialite, you know, probably more so than I. Not that I'm not a social guy.
But you're from.
But I'll walk out in the village and usually see another comedian. Like, especially around here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Around this hour, there's always guys lurking before the mic.
Yeah, that's true.
Hanging out. Do you mic ever?
I did spend some time miking, but now, you know what I do, which is interesting. Maybe I'm interested to pick your brain on this. Now I'm averaging like around 30 spots a month. Before that, when I was around like the 10, 15 mark, I would be doing a lot of sets in my mirror. Like I would do 15, 20 minutes just in my mirror with a microphone with the cord.
I'll do a set to myself all the time.
Right.
But I do feel like I need to say it in front of people.
There have been times when I've done 25 minutes with a microphone and a hanging XLR cable in my mirror by myself. And
Hilarious. In your apartment.
Yes.
Walking around like a crazy person. I do
Yeah.
the same thing.
And I think sometimes that helps more than going to the open mic, waiting an hour and a half, doing 5 minutes, and then that's kind of it for the night. You know?
No, there's definitely merit in that.
Right, but I hear what you're saying with wanting to do it in front of people. But a lot of times at these mics, or when I had done it in the past, are you really doing it for people? Like, yeah, there are people in the room, but it's mostly like comics waiting to get on. They're on their phone.
Oh, it's abysmal, yeah. I mean, it's a bunch of incels listening to each other and not wanting to laugh.
Yeah.
But I do feel like if you do make somebody laugh in that environment, you really have something. Is my counter to that. It's like, yeah, like most of the time, like they're not going to give you a laugh on the stuff that like a crowd would like is a sort of a gimme, because there's some jokes that like everyone's like, okay, I know that's funny, but I'm not going to laugh. Like I know that what you're doing there.
Yeah.
But then there's some things that you'll have a point on something or a take, and everyone will be like, oh, that's solid. And then you make a room full of comedians laugh, then you go, okay, there's really something strong here.
Yeah, there's.
But I'm phasing out of the mic world
right,
as well.
But there's obviously a huge value in open mics because people have been doing it, since comedy started. But
yeah, but you do 30 spots a week. Like the value in New York is in Chicago.
Not a week, a month.
A month, I'm sorry. But the value in New York is, like in Chicago, we do like one mic a night. You do one. And like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you do one show for 5 minutes, but there's an audience. So it's kind of like a show. But in New York, it's like you could do a show every night, multiple times a night. So why would if you can do that repeatedly, there's no need for a mic.
Yeah, that's kind of where I've gotten.
And you get 10-minute increments, so it's like you could really build something at a show. My writing process has changed totally since I moved here. It's like before it was like I would sit at home all day and I would do the microphone, then I'd go to a mic in Chicago and that would be my set for the night. Here it's like I have an idea and I'll work it out on stage because there's no stakes. I can just like talk and figure it out with 4 people. She was hot.
Well, yeah, she was. She was looking at us. When did you know that it was the time to move to
I
New
love
York?
that, by the way.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, agreed. Yeah, hot. Talking about writing comedy.
When did you realize you needed to move to New York, and then when did you actually like pull the trigger? And had you visited here a few times
I opened
before?
for Steve Byrne, the headliner, and he, like, I opened for him in Chicago, and he said, you should move to New York. And that was like 2 years ago. And I really pussyfooted my way around not doing it because I went on the road with him, and I was like, I don't know, should I go to New York? Should I go to Austin? And I really got to the point where there was nothing in Chicago that I could have done to grow. Like I did every club, I headlined Zanies, I was sort of, I don't want to say the top, I was like maybe, I was pretty well known. If you do comedy in Chicago and you don't know me, it's usually like, you're usually not doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some people in Chicago that are way funnier than me, and so many people so funny, also hot. But I was like, I could either become that in 5 years, or I could go to New York and juggle it out, challenge myself.
Yeah, but like being one of the top guys when you were at 26 years old.
I'm gonna redact top guys. I was just well known. I was just working a lot in Chicago.
Right, but okay, being one of the well-known guys though at an age like 26 though, that just feels like people don't really get there sometimes until they're 32, 33. I myself being 32 and a half. And that's a different age frame, dude. That's a different
I'm 29.
Time. Right, but that's it. But when you were well known in Chicago, you were 26. So it would seem that it would be more difficult for a guy to make the jump when they're 29 years old, rather than being 26 years old.
No, I feel personally, I feel like I moved
apart.
at the perfect time because I'm like I came here and I feel like I know what my voice is. I know what comedy is supposed to be. It might not be exactly what I'm doing, but I'm working towards that, and I have a goal, and I'm learning how to be more deceptive, how to work out bigger ideas on stage, and I think you need the fundamentals. I think, at least for me, I needed to develop that in a small scene like Chicago to come here then and be able to be competitive. Because I mean, you've done a great. How long have you been doing this?
I mean, full time. This is the third year. I'm approaching my third year.
Yeah. Well, like starting here is really tough. It seems.
Bro.
It seems really hard to go to a mic because, like, think about it, if you don't know what's funny at all. Like, you've never done comedy and you go to the Comedy Shop open mic or the Grizzly Pear open mic and nobody laughs at you. That's really hard. It's really hard to, like, have the will to go back and do it again and again and again, which is what you need to do.
Right, but the thing is, when people mention that to me, oh, it must have been so difficult to start in New York, or that's a crazy process to start in New York. I had one of my buddies who was already in the comedy game, working at the stand. I don't know what your comedy experience was like initially in Chicago, but I imagine you probably saw a few performances and you were like, all right, that looks fun. Or maybe you saw something on TV and you were like,
I had never seen his show, but I watched stuff online and on TV, like Netflix, like Louis and Bill Burr and Sebastian, and I was just, I thought like Bill Burr was just going up there and talking. Yeah, so Second City.
I was going to ask if you ever done improv.
So Second City, they had a stand-up class, but you had to do 2 semesters of improv to do the stand-up class. I don't know if that's still the case, which is stupid. But I did the 2 semesters of improv, and then did the stand-up class, and then finished out the improv. And then I liked it, but I wasn't like 100%, this is what I want to do. So I fucked around, I worked in sales and stuff. I think I told you that last time. But then I eventually came back around right before COVID and was like, I want to do this full time.
I took improv for 4 years.
I think improv is about, so think about when you're on a team, right? Like if me and you were doing improv together, my goal as an improviser is to make you look the best as possible. I'm giving you gifts, and I need to trust you enough that you can do something with the gift that I give you. Stand up, it's all you. So stand up, people are usually selfish. They're like, I want all the laughs, I want all of the shit. Improv people are selfless. That's why they're always like, yeah, come jam. I have a respect for improv. I could never do it. It is a little gay, but I'm like, I can't do that. I feel like improvisers are always like, I could do stand up. Here he comes. You heard us talking about him.
Yeah, so you brought over the White Claw. Do you ever have Four Loko?
I never had a Four Loko.
Did you drink a lot in college? Like it became to a point
I drank a ton, yeah.
Because you're sober now, what, a year or something?
A little over a year, yeah.
Was there like a tipping point, or you were just kind of like, I'm done? You know what I think probably happens? Your eyes glaze over, and it's like not you. That's what I see you being like.
Yeah, I become completely introverted. I'm
introverted,
me drunk
really?
is like this, and I go. What the fuck did you say to me?
That's intimidating.
That's
though.
me drunk.
Intimidating drunk.
Yeah, no, but sometimes I would just be trying to have sex or fight somebody at all times. When I was
What
really,
else are
really
we
drunk.
doing in this life?
Well, you could do comedy.
As we spoke about previously.
As we spoke.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'm glad about that because I definitely, I think people drink because it brings out it loosens them up and it brings out their fun.
Yeah.
And for me, that would happen within the first 2 to 5 drinks. I'd be fun, and then anything after that, I would just be
that's a good amount of drinks.
I'd be a problem, you know.
Right.
You drink though, still, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, every 6 to 8 weeks, I'll have 1 or 2.
6 to 8 weeks, is that like your regiment?
I work out.
You should do that
drink,
with me too.
Yeah.
Every 6 to 8 weeks, I'll have a beef sandwich.
That's like my dad, dude. He's like, you got to loosen up on this vegan thing.
I mean, it's cool that you're a vegan. I probably could never. I was just thinking that today, yeah, I had a tuna sandwich. I was like, Ted
Tuna
can't even
was
eat
good,
this.
Dude. Tuna used to be good, man.
Stuff like that,
like a tuna sub,
or I don't know, steak.
Yeah, dude, I'm not a foodie, which I've said before on the pod. Like, I can just eat the kind of mostly the same thing, all the time.
I love this park, by the way.
Yeah.
I always said, you ever play Fortnite?
Characters. No, I've never played Fortnite.
You ever play a video game and there's a loading lobby before?
Yeah.
Washington Square Park is like that. There's just people emoting.
Yeah, so this over here is the drug place.
Everyone over there is doing heroin and crack.
Yeah, actually, no
People
joke.
over there are they're busking, they're buskers.
Yeah.
And then here is sort of where normal people come and do podcasts and read. And yeah, everywhere in between is just whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I do. You know what? New York City parks, man, are very dope. There are a few that are not great. Actually, you know what? I would say
there's a lot that are not great.
Yeah, but I would say almost all of them that are central parks, not legit Central Park, but central areas have good parts of it.
Like Manhattan, like I live right by Tompkins.
Oh yeah, that's not good. Sorry.
Tompkins is like a lot of
Yeah.
needles on the ground.
Yeah.
But I do like the park. I'll go work out there sometimes with the prison guys.
Oh,
It feels like
push-ups?
I'm in the prison. Yeah, I'll do push-ups on the jungle gym with the other convicts.
Yeah.
And then there's usually like an old black man coaching kids at basketball. He said, "Come on, do the layup."
So do you want kids? You would want?
At some point in my life.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Yeah, how old are you? 32 and a half?
32 and a half, bro.
Do you
I
have
would
a-
say,
do you have a-
35 is my baseline age to when I would ever even start to think about it. And 35, no shot. So I'm thinking probably like...
How many do you want?
I wouldn't mind.
You're an
like
only child, aren't you?
39, 40. No, I have 2 younger sisters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. We say how many would I want? Between 2 and 4. See how many my wife wanted.
2 and 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do 2 or 3.
I wouldn't. I don't know if I want just one.
Definitely
gotta
not
get a-
one.
I think you gotta
One
get a
they
couple.
become weird.
Yeah, potential. You have brothers and sisters,
I have 2 older half siblings and a younger full brother.
and you're a younger.
But they're my older siblings are older. They're like in their 40s.
Oh wow.
They have kids.
And your brother is still in Chicago?
My younger brother he's a pilot. He's
Oh yeah, I've heard that bit. That is insane.
yeah,
How
yeah.
old is he?
He's 24 now, but he was 23 when he became a pilot. He's about to be a captain.
Bro, stop. He's about to be flying legit planes.
Yeah, shout
Like
out Enzo.
Like commercial planes.
He flies commercial planes. That's what he does. He does that now, but he's the first officer. The captain is the captain, you know?
Okay, and how old do you have to be a captain? Is there like an age on that?
It's not an age, it's more of like an hour thing, I think.
Yeah, oh wow.
So like
yeah.
he's getting his hours to do that, but he's making bank and flying
So
planes.
he doesn't.
He's a
he
musician
doesn't-
too.
yeah,
Check
but
out his music.
He doesn't mind traveling all that much.
He says like a plane right now is just like a whatever thing, you know? Like it's just like he's just like, yeah, I'm not playing all the time.
is it to fly a plane?
I'm sure it's extremely hard. He's really smart. But
But
he
why are they-
makes it look easy.
Don't all of them kind of?
Here's the thing about flying planes. It's the same thing as like comedy. We talk about it in a similar fashion of like, it's all about time. It's all about the logged time that you have in the air and how much log time you have on stage, right? So it's like, there are some people that are like 25 and they're amazing comedians, but they started it when they were like 17. I do love that you just rock the brand. But because my mom will listen to this. My mom and this is all he wears, Mom. This is his shirt. He wears the hat. Show him the hat. He wears his name on the brand. You know. So
Yeah.
I've been thinking about in the summer what should I be wearing. I was thinking like, do I wear like a Cabana Boy shirt? I'm like, that looks a little douchey.
You can wear a white tee or a black tee.
White
I've
tee
seen
wouldn't
you
be
wear
bad.
that,
Yeah, that's usually what I wear. But I got to
Yeah.
step up the game,
I
especially
gotta
if I
step-
get in the big leagues.
Yeah, that's true. Which you will.
Knock on
very
wood.
Shortly. Luca Ferro.
How often do you
hilarious
release?
comedian. Monday, Thursday. Every Monday, Thursday.
Oh, twice a week you got him?
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah.
That's great. Wow, dude.
Luca, this has been a great park chat. We got to do this more often, dude.
I mean, we don't need the
is
camera,
fun.
but if it's always happy to have it on.
it's always
I like those shades
Just in
too.
case we get some-
Ted Jones is the man, dude. You were one of
Thank
the
you,
first
man.
people that were really nice to me in New York. You let me be on your podcast. It's been a pleasure that our friendship has blossomed into
Dude, it really is
into
a beautiful
episode
thing.
2.
Yeah, dude. How long have we known each other now?
When did I do the
4
first
months.
pod?
5 months ago?
Yeah, all right.
Something
So
like
let's say 5 months. I feel like that was our initial friendship.
My one suggestion, and since the last time we were on the pod, is what I've been doing a little bit more.
Tell me.
Is that we do need to, as a joint unit, as every, I'd say, person in the entertainment industry is probably slowly realizing, we got to put more content out there. And within like the last month, I've gotten a new mindset where I'm like, dude, I just don't care.
No, you're great at
know?
that, Ted. My dad's
Yeah.
probably sitting at home being like, I fucking tell him. That's what my dad calls me all the time. He'll be
Yeah.
like, you got to put more things. He doesn't understand social media, but he'll be like, you got to put more things on social medias.
Yeah, and I think he's right. And that goes for mostly everybody that's not posting 2 times a day or once or twice a day, you know?
Yeah, my dad followed me on Instagram.
Yeah.
He like made an Instagram just to follow me and my brother.
That's
just
nice.
yeah, it's nice. But then people started following him, and he's been like, I don't want nobody following me.
Is he private?
He doesn't know what that means. He's just, but he doesn't like
want nobody
you know how
following
Facebook, it's like your friends,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
Oh,
oh,
right,
somebody
right,
followed
right,
you.
right.
He's like, what does that mean? They're
Yeah.
following me.
That makes sense.
He's very Italian. Doesn't want to be followed.
You like tattoos on girls?
It depends on what it is. I don't want a whole fucking sleeve. I used to
You
date
don't
this.
want, like, a
One of the
dragon.
loves of my life. She had this big tattoo of like a dream catcher on her leg, and I always hated it. But she would wear pants, and she would look
would
really
wear
nice.
pants.
And then whenever we took them off, I would really get upset. Not upset, but I would just be like, ah,
Right,
don't do
because you're
that.
supposed to be excited when your girlfriend takes her pants off, theoretically.
I mean, not to say that I wasn't, but But I would always be like, oh, you don't
could be
need
more
that.
happy.
Because there are some girls that are just so beautiful. I'm like, you don't need any. Don't add nothing.
Yeah.
But that maybe is a little misogynistic. You should express yourself the way you want to
that's
express
true.
yourself.
And there are plenty of men who enjoy tattoos.
Yeah, and if you got a little thing, if you got a little like heart by your titty or whatever the fuck you want to do, I'm all right with it. But like, I saw a guy yesterday. I mean, even on men, like he had his entire head tattooed. Like, what is it for?
If you're a rapper,
You're
and, like,
scaring
Post
everyone.
Malone. But besides that, it's.
But is it cool if he wasn't Post Malone? It would be like, oh, that guy's scaring me. I'm scared of that man. He's drinking Bud Light and yelling at me.
Yeah, they're paying him the bag.
They're paying him. You have any tattoos? No, you're Jewish. You can't have any.
I'm not allowed.
You will not go to You will not see paradise.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to eat meat, have tattoos, smoke
Shellfish?
weed. Bro, it's been like 3 months since I smoked weed. I don't know if I told you that.
Oh,
I used
cool.
to smoke weed like 4 or 5 times a day, bro.
4 or 5 times a day?
Joints, bro. The only times that I wouldn't smoke weed is like 3 hours before the pod and like 3 hours before I go on stage.
That's hilarious.
So I
Man.
would smoke
I do
so
feel like that's so
much.
prominent in New York. Everyone's smoking weed.
Everyone's smoking weed.
Everyone's high. That's why I stopped. I want to be sharper than everybody. I'm not smarter than everybody, but I could be more present.
Like that. Bro,
You know?
it's funny how comedians are mostly one way or another, you know? Nobody really drinks 3 nights a week as a comedian. It's either like you drink every night, you're offered it, or you don't really drink at all, you know?
100%. It's either
Yeah,
they're
there's not really
raging
moderation.
alcoholics or completely sober. Because you're around it so much. But there's a lot of people walking around with Palestinian scarves, and Ted gets really upset because Ted's Jewish. Which, I mean, what are you doing?
You know what? It's just,
Can we just have peace?
yeah, I would love peace. I would love to. I would love peace. I would love
Can we just
that.
have peace? Can we
world
stop?
peace, bro.
Italians and the Irish, stop fighting.
Everyone stop fighting.
Who else is fighting?
I don't know, whoever's fighting
Mexicans,
needs to
Puerto
stop.
Ricans, stop fighting, guys.
Stop fighting,
Japanese.
guys. Dude, thank you so much for coming on the pod. This is a great talk. Enormous things are on the horizon for you, bro, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. Follow along. Yeah, say it.
It's Ted Jones World. We're just living in it. That's all it is, baby.
We're popping up your Instagram right now. Please let us know your account.
You can put it underneath me. Luca Ferro Comedy, at Luca Ferro Comedy. I like the outside.
Thanks so much, guys. See you soon.